How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to yet another review. A little bit of double IPA, hopeful goodness, in the form of Mast Brewing's GTGTG, or Green to Green to Green. Second Mast Landing beer I am reviewing. What was the first one? The one I just did a couple of minutes ago. Excited to give it a whirl. New breweries are also always awesome to do, and if it's as good as the first one I did, then I am going to be very, very happy. As far as what it says on here, Mast Landing Brewing Company, like I said, GTGTG, mumbled there. Green to Green to Green, Anniversary Rotating Hop Double IPA. I got 8% on this one, and that be that. Independent craft label on here, forming an opinion of that over time to see what's what mentally. Anyway, this was canned a couple days ago, and it was delivered to me by George. Thank you very much, George. He gave me some cans from up there, and I'm kind of happy for a couple reasons. New beer, and two, the beer that I just had was fantastic, and three, talk about labels all the time. I love this label. It's gold on black, and it's just the way it's styled. I dig it. So let's see what we got. So you're talking about Mast Landing, you're talking about a New England brewery, you're talking about the haze, baby. It does not underdeliver on that format. It's got a nice rich haziness to it as far as where these guys actually are located. Westbrook, Maine, actually. So you're talking about a finger, just a hair over a finger, just off way ahead. Nice creaminess to it. A little bit of rockiness on the edges. A little bit of some kind of hair or something. Oh, I just got my head shaved, so that's probably one of my own hairs. So there you go. And it's got a soft haze to it, but it's not a super crazy haze. Not one of those ones that are kind of, slightly cataracty milky. It just has a nice haze, but I can get shadows from it if I run my finger around the edges. So let's see what the nose has. Yeah, green, baby. Getting that green in there. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I'm getting a big pop of huge tropical fruits. You know what I mean? You're just getting stone fruits, a little bit of nice star fruits, along with a nice hefty portion of that tropical fruit. If you want to throw out descriptors of random fruits, go right ahead. You buy mangoes and all that stuff. Sure, it's just a tropical fruit medley. A little bit on the sweeter side, so I kind of get that little kiwi vibe off of it. But at the same time, there's a stone fruit going on. But the star of the show for me is this nice big greenness to it. It's rich, it's hefty, it's powdery, it's dank, it's definitely weed, pulling weed, it's smoking weed, it's tomato stocky, the stuff that really I covet when it comes to these big New England style IPAs. And seems like I haven't been getting enough of as of late, but this one looks like it's going to foot the bill. It smells like a big, dense beer. See if she drinks like that. Cheers. Okay. That's kind of dangerous. It ends up coming off really kind of juicy in the sense that it's not really super dense, super fluffy, super creamy. It comes off a little bit, not thin, but watery. It's dense but watery, so you get this really kind of fruit juicy vibe off of it. Like a stripped down, zero pulp kind of fruit medley. A little bit of that kind of stone fruit thrown in and helping a tropical fruit. But at the same time, you still get that big green component. Dangerously drinkable. 8%. I get it that it's 8%, but because it has that density water thing, it ends up being super chuggable, which gets it kind of dangerous. So it drinks kind of close to 8%, but at the same time, it goes down really easy. Man, that green portion of the show is really fun. It's kind of coating my mouth now at this point. Yeah, that's fun. I dig it. It's interesting. It makes me happy in a unique way. It's not run-of-the-mill. It doesn't come off as like a copy, a facsimile of what everybody else is trying to do. It tastes like someone's like, hey, I want to make a hazy IPA. Let's do it. and they did it, and they didn't try to make somebody else's beer. They tried to make their own thing, which always really excites me. That's pretty much it. Like you said, hefty on the tropical fruits, a little bit of stone fruits. Sure, you're going to get a bit of everything in there, from citrus to the whole nine, but those are the major calling cards of the beer. But on top of all that, you have that nice big graininess. It's definitely like weed pulling, tomato stocky, smoking weediness. But it comes off in a powdery way that's nothing too crazy, nothing too striking, nothing too pinpointy. It's more fluffy and not creamy, but fluffy and, for lack of a better word, powdery. It's thin but dense at the same time, so it's drinkable, but at the same time you're getting some heft from it. It's not creamy or fluffy, and just a fun beer. Interesting, fun, unique, has its own personality. And let's cut to the chase. And this is the funny part about it. If I say, is this one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? It's probably on the edge. On the outside looking in, if not then, it's on the edge. But is it one of the ones that kind of makes me interested in the brewery? Kind of piques my interest, makes me kind of like, okay, I'm not getting the same thing over and over here. Yeah, it does. I know that's kind of a weird thing. I think some people might have a little bit of an issue when I go that way. So like, well, if you like it that much, then it should be in there. It's hard to articulate the mindset I have with those, in that viscerally, it's not like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever had taste-wise, but the flavor combinations and what's going on, there's interest there. And I feel like if these are kind of cultivated and hashed out, you're going to end up with something a bit more new, and that could work and just be absolutely bonker stellar. But in and of itself, it's fantastic beer, worth picking up. Absolutely, just more of an interesting beer to me than viscerally knee-jerky fantastic. Value availability, I have no idea. Maybe somebody out there in Maine can actually chime in on this and leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like that green weedy danky thing, if you like tropical fruit juiciness, if you're not looking for super creamy fluffiness and water nerd, like drop out all bitterness, you're not going to get that here. But if you're looking for interesting, well-made, big hazy New England style double IPA that is different than most, that'll do you. So there you go. Another review in the books down there if you want to talk about it. Type Massive Beers into Google if you want to see me doing the social media thing. Type Beer Massive into Google if you want to see me doing this podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice double IPA right now. Hopefully next time. Cheers.